Pittsburgh Steelers are coming off of two solid signature wins for this 2024 season, and now they head into a Thursday night matchup with the hated Cleveland Browns. Welcome back to Mic Drop Sports, everybody. I'm your host, Jason, as always. Let's dive in. Let's talk a little bit about this matchup as the Pittsburgh Steelers try to improve to 9-2 and really secure footing atop of the AFC conference and start to battle for those top seeds. It's not a matter of are they going to make the playoffs now? It's a matter of how this team shakes out toward the end of the season in terms of are they going to win that division? Are they going to seed high? That's really what you're aiming for if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers at this point. Let's talk again a little bit about this Cleveland Browns matchup that's coming up Thursday night here on a short week for the Steelers, short week for the Cleveland Browns. Now, this might benefit the Steelers, though, headed into a game the following week against the Cincinnati Bengals, giving them an extra 3 days to rest and prepare for that Bengals game, which is going to be so pivotal in terms of this division. Again, 2 more divisional games here. Cleveland, Cincy. This is big for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and this little sequence of games, Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincy, all in a row here, are really going to give this Steelers team either a boost or a real pullback on those strings. But I think the Steelers are going to be able to withstand the storm here and be able to get things done. Why? Because of the veteran leadership of Russell Wilson. He has made the difference. Also, Justin Fields did too. And we're not going to discount Justin's performance at the beginning of the season, getting the Steelers to 4-2, handing the reins back over to veteran Russell Wilson, who has won many games in a row here. 3-4 games in a row? 4, I believe, for Russell Wilson. And this is big considering Washington, Baltimore, right in a row there. Those were big wins. Yes, Russell Wilson beat the Giants, beat the Jets. Those were warm-up games going into 2 real important games. Russell was continuing to get the job done. Yes, he didn't light up the scoreboard last week, or Sunday rather, but he was still able to do what, guys? Find ways to allow Chris Boswell to kick field goals and win that game. But Russell Wilson and Justin Fields both have meant the absolute world to this Pittsburgh Steelers team. That is the difference this season as opposed to last season. The quarterback play has made such a significant impact on this Steelers team and their record. And really, it's built momentum for this ball club also. Coming out, not, getting themselves into a big hole early in the season. They are now just really ripping off and reeling off wins week after week, finding themselves 8-2, and that veteran quarterback play from both Justin and Russell has changed this Steelers franchise's fortunes. It has put them back in the conversation. And it shows you why the quarterback position is so important in the NFL. Is it the only thing that matters? No, because I believe the trenches are the most absolute important thing. And that's why good, solid franchises, good, solid head coaches always look for big top round tackles, big top round centers, guys that can play along that offensive and defensive fronts. That's what they're looking for all the time in those top rounds. That's the key, guys. That's what builds the foundation of a football team. Once you have those 2 foundations put in place, then you can start going and getting skill guys. You can start to go get specialists. Why go out and grab a monster quarterback that has high potential and you don't even have any way to protect him? That's not going to get the job done. You have to build in the trenches first. But again, the Steelers had an offensive line that was serviceable. They continued to invest big draft capital into it. Yeah, Troy's out. Broderick's struggling. Dan Moore's finally starting to hit his, get his feet underneath him as an NFL left tackle. Zach Frazier has proved to be really good. Mason McCormick, what a surprise. Isaac Seumalo, still that all-pro type player from the Philadelphia Eagles. So yeah, the Steelers are okay there. They will continue to grow there. But again, what has changed this Steelers team so much here this season? and that is the play of the quarterbacks. The quarterback room has definitely lifted this ball club into a competitive way. They have definitely made the difference. And you look at the play of Russell Wilson. When's the last time you really saw a Steelers quarterback throw for 3 touchdowns? Since Ben Roethlisberger, maybe? You saw Mason do, a couple touchdowns in a game, and he played quality, had quality games for the Steelers. And that gave the Steelers a peek into what real NFL quarterback play does for this ball club. Mason opened their eyes. Maybe they should have went with Mason, maybe not, but I think that they made the right decision as of right now. It looks to be, considering they are 8-2, revamping that quarterback room, totally flipping it over, going with Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, and Kyle Allen. There is nobody in that room that was there last year, and that definitely has paid dividends for them. And many thought, hey, man, this is going to be a crazy, dramatic change that is going to go in the wrong way, going to be in the misfortune column for the Pittsburgh Steelers, changing quarterbacks like they did. But however, it worked out pretty damn well. And again, guys, these quarterbacks mean so much. And that's why I want to caution everybody on, wanting to do gimmicky things with Justin Fields, because you're going to end up probably needing him. You have seen Russell Wilson getting treatment on the sideline for that calf still here in week 11 last game against the Baltimore Ravens. He is still getting treatment on the sidelines for that calf muscle. And that is not a thing you want to play around with your second string quarterback, the guy that is that 1B that can come in and still win ball games. You don't want to play around with that, getting him in the game, possibly getting him injured, because again, guys, depth is key, and you're going to need him down the stretch, because these quarterbacks have meant so much. You can't jeopardize not having one of them in there. Yeah, Kyle Allen can probably get you out of a stadium if need be. He can probably get the job done if he has to. But Kyle Allen isn't a guy that you want to start multiple times. You want to continue to keep Justin Fields and Russell Wilson in the pole position, in the starting spots. That's what you have to do in order to continue to be successful. The Steelers were a quarterback away from being a decent ball club, a ball club that can be an actual contender inside of the AFC conference, inside of the AFC North. And you don't want to jeopardize that. So I caution everybody really wanting to see those gimmicky plays all the time. It's all right here and there. It's all right, and I'm on board with it. And I would love to see a play here and there, a Justin throwing a deep pass, maybe, a lateral back to the other quarterback to where they hit the deep ball over the top. Those types of plays could really, rip open a ball game in a big moment. Those plays can happen, but I don't want to see it all the time. I don't want to see a Justin Fields package to where he's in there 2-3 series a game. I don't want to jeopardize that. I just want to continue to keep this winning formula alive. This formula in which the Steelers have created, playing good defense and special teams and hitting splash plays on offense and getting it done. I like it. It's working. Don't disrupt the apple cart here. Russell Wilson has proved to be exactly what the doctor ordered, leading this football team, never getting shaken, never being out there looking uncomfortable, never wavering in his leadership, and that is really pulling this offense along. You've seen it really rub off on guys on this offense. You've seen it rub off on Najee. You've seen it rub off on George Pickens, which is the real big one, because George now, all of a sudden, he's handling himself better in the media. He's handling himself better on the football field. Yeah, he has his moments, but George Pickens has definitely stepped up here with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields at the helm. He has definitely improved, and that is a solid sign for things to come for your star wideout. Now, there are still some issues. The tight end room has to be used. Where is Pat Freiermuth, my friends? Why is he not being used? Some are saying what? He's not in there a lot because he's not blocking well. He's not doing what Arthur Smith needs inside of the run game. That's why you're seeing Darnell Washington playing 45% of the offensive snaps. That's why you're seeing Pat Freiermuth only in there about 50%, 55% each week inside of those, offensive snaps here as a whole. He's not playing a ton. Why? And I know you just paid him. and maybe he's just not blocking well and he's not fitting inside of the scheme. Pat's going to have to take that next step, but you have to start getting him involved, because when you bring him in now, teams know, oh, they're bringing Freiermuth in. They don't put him in on run plays because he's not blocking well, so we know we're going to get back on our heels here and we're going to play this pass. You don't want to have that dynamic going on if you're the Steelers. You don't want to have defenses being able to read you that easily, man. And I like the 2-3 tight end sets. I do like those, but I really think the Steelers need to start utilizing Pat Freiermuth way more. And he's going to have to start stepping his shit up here. He got paid. He cannot continue to miss blocks. He cannot continue to get beat on blocks. He has to start doing the job and really taking his game to that next level, becoming a top 10 tight end inside of the NFL. He's getting paid top 12, top 15 guy in the NFL right now at the tight end position. He needs to start showing that week in, week out. It is very imperative to the Steelers and their success moving forward, especially come playoff time. Yes, you have Najee Harris, Jalen Moore, and Cordell Patterson, those guys in the backfield that can tote the rock. You have the other tight ends, Darnell, Connor. They can get the job done in the run game. You have wide receivers that are starting to step up, but you're missing a guy like Pat Freiermuth. I know you're saying to yourself, well, where's Mike Williams also? He will start to get more and more involved. Guys, he played like 25, 30 snaps. That was way more than what he played in Washington. That's what he played against the Ravens. So that will increase week in and week out. Yeah, he didn't have any targets, but you're going to start to see his role increase and more. Now, this might not be the week that you see it, considering it's a short week. However, it's a 50-50 chance, because the Steelers could just go to him because maybe the clowns don't expect him, and they just fire it off and fire that pigskin to Mike Williams. Maybe that's how it works. Maybe they get Mike and Pat involved in a bigger way this week and really attack the middle of the field. But I think that you need to really hammer these drags, these inside-out routes, these seam routes with those guys that are playing on the inside. That is what's going to really take this offense to that next level. And Russell Wilson has to start getting those rhythm passes down and really firing that ball out when he hits that back foot. Those anticipation and rhythm type throws have to start being really a big part of Russell Wilson's repertoire here in 2024. And again, guys, let's just forget all this talk of what they could do better or what they can't do better or what they're not doing, what they are doing. This team has room to grow, and they are 8-2, and that should really, really get you fired up. And I've been saying it. This team is an actual contender, and we just got to continue to watch them grow. But I got to caution you here on a Thursday when the Steelers go out there and play the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland. Do not get totally destroyed whenever the Steelers perhaps lose this game. Do not take it as the world is coming down on you. The sky is falling, because this is a game in which the chances of them losing are pretty great. And it's not because the Cleveland Browns are just that good. It's just because of the situation and the high emotion that they put into Sunday's game against the Ravens. It's going to be hard to get back up here so quickly on a short week here on a Thursday night. It's going to be a tough task, and this is the next test for the Steelers. Can they do those types of things? Can they rise to the occasion quickly? Can they adapt and overcome and fight through this adversity? That's the question, and we're going to get the answer here real soon from your Pittsburgh Steelers. So, we'll be back tonight, guys. That's enough for today for the daily upload. Make sure you are liking, sharing, and subscribing if you're not already. But liking and sharing the show is so important, and I need all of you people out there in Mic Drop Mafia world in the community to do that for me. If you have 3 social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff, Instagram. Share it all. Share it all. Share it to everybody out there, all of your accounts. Make sure you are sharing the show and increasing our community's ability to have quality conversation. The more and more people we put inside of our community, the more and more exciting the conversation becomes. So, yeah, that's a little bit of what's going on. Also, I wanted to talk to DeJuan Jones, the left tackle for the Cleveland Browns, fractured ankle. He's going to be out. So that could be really big for this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. That could be something that gets them over the hump here on a short week, not having that left tackle for the Cleveland Browns. And maybe that's something that really propels this team into a win, into a 9-2 record at top of the AFC North. So big game, guys. Big game. I just wanted to throw that injury out there. I forgot to during the show. I wanted to talk about it, but hey, it is what it is. So until tonight, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. Peace, my friends. See you on the next one.